One word to describe Bellarmine football.
It's preparation.
Heart.
Is commitment.
A tradition.
Tradition.
You know, next to God, family, comes Bellarmine and Bellarmine football. You know, I don't know that if I went to another school, if I would have had the same success I had while coming here. I truly believe it's the atmosphere and the teaching and just the camaraderie and all that goes into it makes you a better person.
Well, tradition for me, obviously the motto, it's written on a lot of our shirts, sweatshirts. All the Bellarmine football apparel is be part of the tradition.
Well, tradition. You know, we have, you know, only one thing written on a t-shirt here at Bellarmine. You know, you see a lot of schools with all kinds of stuff written on it, and the only t-shirt we have at Bellarmine says be a part of this tradition. It's a tradition that sends young men out into the community to be the leaders of that community, you know, to be the great dads, you know, great police officers, firemen, lawyers, doctors, civic leaders. I mean, it's a tradition that says, you know, I'm part of something bigger than myself, and I'm gonna figure out how to be an integral part of something bigger than myself. I think it's a tradition that says that, you know, that the spiritual component of all of your life is a real important part of that. You know, that you have to really understand what the process is. You know, that it's part of who you are. It becomes part of who you are. It really ingrains in you this tremendous work ethic, this tremendous commitment to your team, this tremendous commitment to your school. You know, and I think that it's a tradition that, you know, we see all over this valley and beyond that. You know, I love watching, you know, our kids go out and they're coaching at the next level and doing all this great stuff, and I think that's just the Bellarmine tradition. It just sends out great men into the community to kind of make it a better community.
It's just kind of a large amount of pride to watch your brother continue playing and wearing the colors on Friday nights and playing well. You know, it always makes you feel good about things, but it was just great to see him as a person get back on the field and develop that maturity, and you know, just a tremendous sense of pride came to me and the family as a general rule.
I mean, for me, it was being fortunate to have him experience what I experienced. Being a quarterback at a great school, tradition in football, having that experience with the teammates, that's what was important, that he had that opportunity. Going to Bellarmine first, and then having the opportunity to play in the football team. So, one, very fortunate. Watching the games, very nerve-wracking, nervous, a good nervous, but very enjoyable as a parent, as a dad.
When I was here already, there was a very strong tradition of before every game, the team, after they had dressed out, would go before the statue of Mary. And we would say the Memorare, remember, O gracious Virgin Mary, that never was another anyone, you know, and we would say that entire prayer as a team. And then we would get on the bus and we'd go over to Santa Clara to Townsend Field, which is where we played our games. And then when we came back, again, before we undressed and showered, we would go to the statue, and again, we would say that prayer. So it was a big part of us, even though we didn't always realize it. And of course, we're thinking about the game, you know, we're typical little high school kids. But, you know, it does leave a mark on you that this is a school whose colors, blue and white, were chosen precisely in honor of the Blessed Virgin Mary. So it was only appropriate that we would begin that activity with a prayer, and we would end it with a prayer in front of the statue of Mary.
There is something special around a purity of purpose. And a purity of purpose happens when it's not for you, but it's with your team on a shared goal and a shared amount of work to accomplish something. And when you look at saying, how do you have a purity of purpose in anything that you do in life, whether it's a company, whether it's a family, to be able to do that for a shared goal with and for each other, to and for each other, responsible and accountable to and for each other, there's nothing like achieving that shared goal. CCS championship game, my senior year, after the game, all the football players always, you know, head to the stands to converse with their family or their girlfriends, their friends, and I'd gone over there to, you know, to spend some time with my family. And I turned around, looked over my shoulder. This is at San Jose City, and I saw my teammates just laying on the ground, totally immersed in the moment and just enjoying it and taking it all in, because that was going to be our last time
as a group of individuals on that field. And so, you know, it was just awesome to see how much they really appreciated and enjoyed it. And I was just so glad and happy that we finished it off the right way. And, you know, that's a memory I think will always be in my mind and always in my head.
Go Bells.
Go Bells.
Go Bells!
Go Bells!